I've enjoyed this man's work for many a moon. He's played the President of the United States twice. He played the President of the United States in 13 Days and also in Kingsman, The Golden Circle. So the man who's played the President twice, amongst many other characters in so many other great movies and television shows. He's also played Captain Pike in the new Star Trek films. He is in now season 4 of The Resident, which premieres tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox. He is Bruce Greenwood. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you, Rich?
I'm doing fine. To what do you?
I'm sorry, I missed the big word thing. I love big words.
Do you what? So yeah, I mean, my guys here make fun of me, Bruce, because
I just I dialed in on precipice and I was like, ooh, do I get half the word, or is that the big word they're talking about?
That is a big. That is it's. It is my way of talking. You know what I mean? Like, so I know I'm a sports guy, a pop culture guy, but I've got a vocabulary. I'd like to use it. You know what I mean? Bruce?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Go for it.
I appreciate that. Well,
hey,
I mean,
I've also played the President. Count them 3 times.
3 times.
Hey!
Yeah. I am sorry, Mr. President.
National treasure. You should.
Oh, that's my God. How did I forget that one?
God knows.
Special tunnel. The tunnel. Come on.
I mean, to what do you owe this, Bruce? 3 times. What do you owe this to?
Well, I think probably the only people that are qualified to be president now are Canadians.
That's right. Okay, there's that. But you got some qualities that I guess. So when you get a script calling for you to play the president, do you say again, like you've been there, done that, or how do you react to that?
Yeah, the last one was a Kingsman, and I kind of went, you know what, this is the way to go out playing a president with his hair on fire and a nitwit. So I think I've retired the president's the thing for the most part.
Okay.
So unless I get offered a job.
No, well, I mean, hold on a second. I mean, has anybody ever created your face on an actual U.S. Treasury note? Has anybody ever done that for you? Put that on the wall, like you're a president of, like an actual president?
I've been trying to pass those off for years.
You've got it. Well, I don't want to get you in trouble. You got a printing press in your basement, is basically what you're saying. Okay, yeah. Very, very good.
But I've been around long enough that I'm beginning to look like Washington. So
there you go, Bruce Greenwood here on the Rich Eisen Show. So you are from Canada. Does that? I always feel stupid when I say this, but I'll say it anyway. At the risk of being stupid, does that mandate you having played hockey, being a hockey fan, Bruce? Anything like that?
No, I was a rugby player and a skier. So I wanted to lose my teeth playing rugby, not hockey.
So you never laced them up, not on a slew, not in a rink? That never happened, Bruce?
Oh no, I've laced them up and panted around the ring, but yeah, I'm one of those guys who can only skate in one direction.
I see what you're saying. So you were in a grinder. Were you a grinder? What were you when you did play hockey at any point in time?
Oh no, I never really played. I just I played a couple pickup games, and the grinder would be exalting what I was capable of.
Okay, I love it. So skier, is that pretty much? You said that's your.
I was deeply into skiing. I thought I could actually make a living at it for a while.
And like literally, you thought like you could...
literally. I thought I could be a competitive skier, but I got way too broken way too many times, so I had to find something else to do. Okay. Is there any sports team that you're a fan of? Any particular team that you call your own, Bruce Greenwood, in any way, shape, or form? I mean, I've not really, to be perfectly frank. I mean, you can line me up against a bunch of guys who know nothing about sports, and I'll be the guy whose hand never goes up.
Okay, I love that. No kidding. Well, very good.
I might as well cop to it rather than pretend.
No, Bruce, no.
That was amazing. That was fucking...
You know what you should have said? Because if you had said you're a fan of the Quebec Nordiques, I'd have just moved on. I'll be honest with you. Like you're one of those diehard Nordique fans, and I'd have drawn a complete blank, and I'd have moved on. We could just do that.
Yeah, I will. Look, I'm gonna file that away for future.
You should for future. That's your safe words whenever you're in a position like that from now. Just blurt out Quebec Nordiques, and then that'll be it.
When I'm a little bit in pain and afraid, I'll just go Nordiques.
Fantastic. Oh, fantastic. So what is the film or TV show, Bruce Greenwood, that you get when, pre-pandemic, when you're out and about in a restaurant or wherever, What would be what's the one that you would get?
The recognizable factor thing. Where
yes,
does that
sir.
come from?
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly probably Star Trek and Double Jeopardy, 13 Days, that kind of thing. But once The Resident started airing, it was surprising that, hey, yeah, you're the evil Dr. Bell. Whoa, you're the nice Dr. Bell. What happened?
Right.
Yeah. So it's the Resident has been sort of surprisingly resonant.
I like that. Look, now that's a big word alert. There you go.
There you go.
Bruce Greenwood. If you start using words like resonant, my guys across the way here are just going to have to mentally check out. That. You want to look that one up, Chris? It means
deep, clear, continuing to sound or ring.
There you go. Very good.
Wow, the human thesaurus.
We got that all set up. So is there Bruce Greenwood here on the Rich Eisen Show? So when you mention of the other ones, Star Trek, how quickly did you learn that the people who are fans of this pop culture, this iconic pop culture film and television, they're very serious, like that you need to button yourself up in a way that you know everything about the history of Star Trek and that you have to play your character appropriately. Did you learn that
instantly?
Right.
Instantly.
Right.
Yeah.
How
it was
so?
It was like somebody, put an IV in me, and I got the message really quick. Yeah, that you better know it all. And I had to cop to saying, look, I know what I know, and I'm not going to pretend to know more than I know. And and these are all parallel universes and iterations of different iterations of the same thing, and you got to roll with it.
I don't know if Quebec Nordiques would work there either, Bruce. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if there were any Klingons on the Quebec Nordiques. I don't know if that would have helped, but.
I hear they're pretty tough, so I imagine there probably are a couple.
Okay. Fantastic. So what about The Resident do you think makes it so resonant? Again, season 4 is tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox. What about that, Bruce?
Yeah, I think what separates it from the pack is that we really try to highlight the tension between care and commerce, and medicine and money, and the two are in constant conflict. To give good care requires serious money, and serious money requires not making the profit maybe they would like.
Mm-hmm.
And in real life situations run up against this all the time in all kinds of disciplines, but it's especially critical when you're talking about medical care. And so we try and yank back the curtain on that a little bit. And this year, of course, we were trying to illustrate the tidal wave of that landed on the frontline workers so incredibly quickly and took such a massive toll and continues to. So, we speak to that early in the season, and then get back into the nuts and bolts of trying to solve this medical issue or that medical issue, along with the personal things. The show's been on the air long enough now that people are invested in the characters personally. So, Nick and Conrad are getting married, and all the stuff that warms people's hearts is alive and well on the show.
But and again, it does touch on COVID and the relentless grip that it is seeming to have on hospitals right now. So the proverbial, if you will, ripped straight from the headlines is part of the season, correct?
Oh yeah, that's how it begins with that so those moments that we all remember in March, when all of a sudden you were just being, it was like you'd fallen off the board and you were being pounded into the sand. It was just a sort of unspeakable deluge of case after case after case and mystery after mystery. And then, and that has serious repercussions on the characters and the characters' families, and exhaustion is a factor and all that, and people make mistakes, and people react well, people react poorly. So it's all, humanizing this impossibly difficult time. And then they were writing this in the summer, so they had to sort of say to themselves, what's the world going to look like in January?
Mm-hmm.
And they thought, well, if maybe we'll be able to pull our way through it. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend the first episode of the season speaking to what happened at the beginning of the pandemic, and then take our masks off. So because nobody wants to come home from work.
Yeah, right.
I guess you would come home from work and see people on television with masks on, just go, God, give me a break.
Right.
Give me a minute.
Right.
Give me a minute. Let me just kick back on the couch and watch these people I care about. So, we, after the second episode, we take off the masks.
And that is, again, it's premieres tonight, season 4 of The Resident on Fox at 8 Eastern Time.
Yeah.
And, you're right. So many people want escapism and things of that nature. That's why a show like this one, talking about sports and pop culture, while on occasion, real world does come crashing in, that a lot of people just want.
Yeah, the only escapism the only bit of escapism is the fact we're not wearing masks. The rest of it is trying to reflect real world stuff.
Sure. Absolutely. Bruce Greenwood here on the Rich Eisen Show. Okay, before I let you go, you got a good Nicolas Cage story? Come on, give me a good one. You got one from National Treasure?
Yeah.
What do you got for me?
Of course.
What do you got for me?
Who works with Nicolas Cage without a good Nicolas Cage story?
Okay. You have the floor.
I don't know if you have the time.
Oh,
but
just
a long time ago, when I was a kid, a friend of mine came up to me and said, "Look at the Lamborghini newsletter, man. Look, there's a guy. Apparently, he has to leave the States. He's been chased by Uncle Sam. He's got a Lamborghini Miura, '69 Lambo orange, 20 grand, man, 20 grand." And I had 21 grand in the bank. And I went and I took it all out. I put it in the paper bag, and I drove it down to this guy who was racing back to Greece because Uncle Sam was chasing him. I bought the Lambo. It was 12 cylinders sideways, right? It's like running on 8 cylinders. I put it on a flatbed. I take it to a shop, and 3 months later, my wife says, "You're not working. We're broke. Sell the car." So I sell the car. I sell it for 24 grand.
Yeah.
And 10 years later, I'm riding to work, and this guy, I've noticed a Lambo newsletter on the cover of the car that's the van that's taking me to work. And I go, "Yeah, I used to have a Lambo." And he goes, "You used to? What'd you have?" I go, "Well, I had a Lamborghini Miura, '69. What color?" And I go, "Yeah, it was orange, but did you sell it?" I went, "Yeah, I sold it. I made a little money." "When did you sell it? What'd you sell it for?" I said, "Well, look, I sold it for 24 grand. I made a few $1,000s. I had like $2-3 grand, man." And he goes, "Look on the back page." And I look on the back page. Rich, guess what they were selling for like 4 years later after Enzo Ferrari died, and there was lots of speculation in exotic foreign cars.
I can't even
300 grand.
Oh.
300 grand, man, and I was broke. So somehow this story comes up when I'm working with Nicolas Cage, and because he likes nice cars, right?
Yeah.
So somehow this story comes up, and he goes, "That is so weird, man. That is so weird. I was just looking at a Lambo now. They brought one onto the lot for me to check out. Yeah. I was looking at a Lambo today, man." Oh. Okay. Different worlds, man.
So he's just looking at a Lambo, and it's just 300 grand because he's Nicolas Cage. And
no, by then they were $1 million.
Oh my!
Oh, jeez.
No. Yeah, sorry. Should have prefaced it with by then they were $1 million.
Oh, well, National Treasure was good to him, huh? I mean,
yeah. So I guess it's not really a Nick Cage story.
It's more of a It's more of a. If you could only have kept on hold of your Lambo, I guess that is the moral of the story. Is that if you're
hold on to your Lambo.
Thanks for the call, Bruce Greenwood.
No matter what your wife says.
No, you know what? I don't want to get you in trouble.
What are you doing? I'm holding on to my Lambo.
That's right.
Stop that.
That's right. Quebec Nordiques. That's the way it goes.
Nordiques, baby.
Well, at least we left you with that one. Hey, Bruce, thank you for the call. Congrats on The Resident being as successful, and thanks for all the good times watching you in movies and TV. That was great. Thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate it. You got it. That's Bruce, at official Bruce Greenwood on Instagram. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.